Hello, Oscar. Grandpa here. Lovely chatting to you yesterday, and I'm sorry you've got this nasty illness, but I hope you're feeling better today, and you'll be soon back in grade 2 enjoying yourself. And it's great to hear that you love your reading. So it's also lots of love from Moosey, or Granny first, and Auntie Anna, and Moosey. Moosey is very happy here, saying hello, Anna, hello. So let's start with a reading from the first book today, and I was just actually removing a message from Auntie Anna on the phone then, because I couldn't see what I was doing. So we're going to read Puff first off today. Is that a good one, Lucy? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Lucy says it's good. Okay. So, Puff. Puff, a sort of panda from Timbuktu. Right. Puff was a sort of panda, a Timbuktu panda. He lived in a black and white house in Timbuktu. And there's his black and white house. Whoa. Like his house, and like all pandas, Puff was only black and white. You knew that, didn't you, Oscar? He had black ears, black eyes, black hands, black feet, a black nose, and the rest of him was, yeah, you got it, white. Of course. It's very boring, he complained to Buzz one day. Buzz was a sort of bee. What is? Asked Buzz. There's Buzz. Being boring, old black and white, replied Puff. But it suits you, said Buzz. And anyway, pandas aren't supposed to be anything but black and white, not even Timbuktu pandas. But Puff wasn't satisfied. It's not fair, he grumbled to Oink. Oink was a sort of pig. We've met Oink, haven't we? But, said Oink, pandas aren't supposed to be anything but black and white. Not even Timbuktu pandas. And there's Oink. Hello, Oink. I wish I was pink like Oink, Puff complained to Croak, or green like you. Croak was a sort of frog. There they are. Puff is talking to Croak. We've met Croak before. But, said Croak, pandas aren't supposed to be anything but black and white, not even Timbuktu pandas. But was Puff satisfied? He was not. Not at all. Not a bit. The next day, Buzz was out for a busy walk when he came upon the most extraordinary sight. Good heavens, he exclaimed. A panda bee. Look at this thing. Black stripes and a yellow body. And Puff thinks it's a panda bee. Do you like it? Asked Puff, proudly. He'd painted himself yellow with black stripes like Buzz. You look ridiculous, remarked Buzz. Puff's painted himself. Oh, silly Puff. The day after, Oink was out for a small trot when he came upon the most amazing sight. Good gracious, he exclaimed. A panda. Look, there's Oink out for a quick trot. A panda pig. What do you think? Asked Puff proudly. He painted himself pig pink. There's Puff, pink. You look silly, snorted Oink. The day after that, Croak was out for his morning hop when he came upon the most incredible sight. I don't believe it, he exclaimed. A panda frog. So there's Croak. And what has he seen? Well, asked Puff proudly, he painted himself frog green. You look stupid, said Croak. Yeah, that's a great story. Later, Buzz, Oink and Croak got together. Poor old Puff, said Buzz. Poor old Puff, agreed Oink. I have a plan, announced Croak. So there's Buzz, Oink and Croak. They all got together. So what's the plan? Croak's got a plan. Later again, the three of them, carrying a parcel apiece, arrived at Puff's black and white house. Puff, they said, we've decided to bring a little colour into your life. Puff looked glum. There they are, look, all bringing parcels. What can be inside then, Oscar? I don't know, do you? I can't guess. But, he said, as you have already pointed out, pandas aren't supposed to be anything but black and white. He sighed. Not even Timbuktu pandas. Open the parcels, they said. Oh my, said Puff, when he saw what was inside. So look, there's Puff smiling because he can see what's inside. What's inside the parcels, do you think? Bright blue gloves, said Buzz. Bright yellow shoes, went on Oink. And a bright red hat, added Croak. For you to wear, they explained. Puff put them on. Look at me, he cried. I'm a black and white and blue and yellow and red panda. Look at that. With his blue gloves, he's got a red hat and yellow shoes. That's pretty good, isn't it, Oscar? Pretty colourful. So, do you think Puff was happy about that? Croak looked at him and grinned. I'm green with envy, he said. It's one of those sayings, isn't it? Oscar, I'm green with envy, he laughed. That's lovely. So that was the story of Puff. How about Baa? Baa. Shall we have a look at Baa, a sort of sheep from Timbuktu? Baa was a sort of sheep, a Timbuktu sheep, and a very old sheep indeed. She had lived in Lambstail Cottage in Timbuktu for years and years. And there's her cottage, the thatch roof. What a lovely looking cottage. She was so old she was a little short-sighted and couldn't see as well as she used to. And she was a little hard of hearing. She couldn't hear as well as she used to. There she is, look, looking up at the sign to Timbuktu. Do you think she can read it? Can Baa read the sign, Oscar? We're going to find out. One day she was out walking when she met Woof. Woof was a sort of dog. We've met Woof, haven't we? Hello, said Woof. Hello, said Baa, peering over her glasses. A lamb wearing glasses. Who are you? Well, what happens next, do you think? I'm a dog, said Woof. You don't look a bit like a frog, said Baa, and went on her way. Oh dear, Woof thinks he's silly. She met Meow. Meow was a sort of cat. Hello, said Meow. Hello, said Baa, peering over her glasses. There's Meow. Who are you? I'm a cat, said Meow. Yes, you are getting fat, said Baa, and went on her way. Baa can't see, can she? Silly old Baa. She met Squeak. Squeak was a sort of mouse. We know him. Hello, said Squeak. Hello, said Baa, peering over her glasses. Squeak. Who are you? I'm a mouse, said Squeak. You can't be a mouse, said Baa. You haven't got a chimney. Oh. Look at Mouse, looking perplexed by that. Oh. Baa thinks she's a house, not a mouse. The reason Baa was out for a walk was because she was going shopping. She wanted to buy herself a ball of wool so that she could knit a new woolly jacket. And she wanted to buy some bread for her tea. So there's Baa out walking on the way to do some shopping. She went into the shop. I'd like a ball of wool, she said. But this is the bread shop, said the shopkeeper. We only sell bread. No, no, said Baa, I don't want thread, I want wool. A ball of wool. Oh dear, silly Baa. But, replied the shopkeeper, the only thing we have is bread. Don't be silly, said Baa. Of course I don't want to go to bed. But, said the shopkeeper, look at him. He's totally puzzled by all of that. You're shut, said Baa. Then you can't sell me a ball of wool, can you? And she left and went into the shop next door. The wool shop. What do you think happens there, Oscar? A large white loaf, please, said Baa. But we only sell wool, replied the shopkeeper. Pull, said Baa. Pull what? No, said the shopkeeper, I didn't say that. A hat, said Baa. I don't want a hat. I want some bread. There's the poor shopkeeper. Oh dear, totally puzzled. On her way... Oh dear, what happens next? But, said the shopkeeper. Oh, you're shut as well, are you? Said Baa. and went home. And the shopkeeper is looking very puzzled. On her way, Baa met Cluck. Cluck was a sort of hen. Oh, we've met Cluck. Who are you? Asked Baa, peering over the top of her glasses. I'm a hen, said Cluck. You're 10, said Baa. I'm much older than you. Ah, that's a lovely story. Poor Baa. Getting a little bit aged. Never mind. Just like Granny and Grandpa a bit. Don't tell Daddy. Okay, so we have one more story. A little bit of Oink. We met Oink before, haven't we? A sort of pig from Timbuktu. Oink was a sort of pig, a Timbuktu pig. He lived in Trotter Cottage in Timbuktu. Another nice little cottage, isn't it? He was very, very greedy. And do you know what that greedy Oink liked most to eat? He liked apples. Oh, yeah. Oink liked apples. All pigs like apples. For breakfast every morning, Oink ate 22 apples. For lunch every day, Oink ate 33 apples. For tea every afternoon, Oink ate 44 apples. And for dinner every evening, Oink ate 55 apples. Wow, Oscar, that's a lot of apples, isn't it? So you can guess what Oink had for supper every night. That's right, 66 apples. And after supper, Oink went to bed every night and dreamed about only one thing. I wonder what that one thing was, Oscar. Oh, yes, that greedy Oink liked apples. There he is in bed, dreaming away. But one person who didn't like Oink liking apples was the Timbuktu farmer. His farm was next door to Trotter Cottage. So there's the Timbuktu farmer, and he obviously doesn't like Oink eating his apples. Every day, Oink used to nip through the hedge of Trotter Cottage and help himself to the farmer's fruit, which did not please the farmer, not at all. So there's Oink, looking to see where the farmer is, and nipping through to pinch the apples. I'm going to teach that greedy Oink a lesson, he thought one day. And so the following morning early, he went out to his apple orchard carrying a huge red balloon. So there's the farmer carrying the huge red balloon. He tied it to the bottom branch of one of his apple trees, and there it hung, looking for all the world like the biggest apple in the world. The farmer grinned. Later that same morning, a piggy nose appeared through the hedge. Yes, a piggy nose appearing through the hedge. And on the end of that piggy nose was a piggy face, and the piggy eyes in that piggy face peered around to make sure that no one was about. No one was about, so Oink popped through the hedge, and then he saw it. He couldn't believe his eyes. I say, he breathed. It's the biggest apple in the world. Oh, wow. And he crept towards the biggest apple in the world. He licked his lips and he stood on Timpo and opened his mouth and shut his eyes and took a big, greedy Oink-sized bite out of that apple, the biggest apple in the world. Look, 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 look. And what's going to happen next, Oscar? You got it. Bang, bang. Poor Oink. Oh, dear. He was knocked sideways. Oink was so frightened he fell head over Trotters, and he rushed back through that hedge faster than you've ever seen a pig move in your whole life. Look, look, he's running away like mad. And he hid trembling under his bed. He's never had such a fright in all his life. Oh, poor Oink. The farmer, who'd been watching from behind a tree, burst out laughing. Not surprised. There's the farmer laughing. I don't think he laughed that I shall be seeing that greedy Oink in my apple orchard again. He was right. Oink hasn't touched an apple from that day to this. And do you know what Oink dreams about at night these days? Look, there's poor Oink. Look, he's so unhappy. Can't eat any apples. And do you know what he dreams about at night these days? The biggest apple in the world. Going bang, bang. So that was a lovely story of Oink, Oscar. So lots of love from me and from Granny and Auntie Anna and Moosey. Moosey's going to say why, and I do hope that you and Daddy are going to be better very, very soon, and that your little sister and Mummy are all okay. So it's been lovely reading to you, and I hope we'll catch up soon. Bye for now. Bye.